So now as you can see, this goes right there, and then this will go here. So now what you're thinking, able to go this way, and that's probably where you're thinking, well, there's a flaw there. So what I'm actually going to end up doing is on each piece on one side, I'm going to make a little slit right here that's a little square, and it's going to go through both areas so that I can have like a little piece that I just stick in, and then I can pull out so that this becomes free, and then when this is in it, keeps it in place so that this piece can't move out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down all of these pieces. As you can see, there are some excess pieces off, and then after that I'm going to create a slit on one side that is big enough for a piece that I'm going to make to go through it, and then I'm going to have to go on every center piece and also create a slit that's in the exact same spot. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've now cut all the pieces for the tabs. So I figured out the dimensions of it being 2 inches by 3 inches because I knew that this was roughly about 4 inches. So I did half of that dimension. And then I did the same width as the piece because I want to make sure that it can go inside, and then I wanted to make sure it can go in pretty far. So as you can see, it'll end up going in this way. And I want it to go about halfway into it so that it can still be accessible, so that I can still take it out of this piece while it's in, because I don't want to push it all the way in, because otherwise it would make it where I will never find it again. So now I'm gonna take all these pieces and I'm gonna glue them together, and then I'm just gonna cut them all down while they're glued together, like get rid of like excess pieces like that, and just make them all the exact same size. And then I'm gonna measure the width and the length, and then I'm gonna cut them into these pieces just a little bit bigger, and then also do the center pieces. And I'm thinking about doing it an inch down from here. So an inch down is the top, and an inch down is basically where it is on here, except when I put it on here, an inch down this way would be a little bit farther, wouldn't be as far down, so I'd have to re-incrude for that. So what I'm end up doing is measuring this way, I guess. So it's probably going to be more like an inch right here, and then like the 1 dash over, maybe 2. Yeah, probably 3/4 and an inch down is probably what I'll end up doing to make sure that it's the same. Because I can always make it so that this is just a little bit above this way. So yeah, so now I'm going to glue all these together like I said. So I'm going to end up wrapping up these in duct tape. So what I'm thinking is, for what's not going to be visible, such as the center piece right here and these pieces, I'm going to get a different color duct tape because that'll make it easier to see. So I'm going to end up getting 2 different colors. Now, as you can see, I have cut the piece there, and I have cut it here, and when I put it on, it directly is matched up. So what I actually did was I cut it one like this, and then I put that piece on, and then I went inside and I cut it with the piece on, that way that it was exactly matched up. So after I have this, what I do is I take one of these, slide it in like a coin slot, and it's pretty tight, but that's a good thing. And now that restricts movement, so that now when the centerpiece is on, it picks it up, as you can see. But then I had the issue of, well, one, this is flat and it does this, so you can see it moves up. So what I'm going to end up doing is making another one of these, 6 more, and I'm going to put it on the opposite side, just a little bit lower so that they don't collide. So on this side, I'm going to have to make another one that's closer, that's exactly the same, which means I'm going to have to double the amount of these I have. So now I was thinking, and it still spins because it's pretty far away, and then when it's here, you're able to take it out. And so yeah, so now basically I have to finish this piece, and that's going to take forever, and then do that to all of the rest of the pieces. And then I'm going to need duct tape, and I'm about to go get duct tape in a little bit, which will be great because I'm going to cover these sliders in duct tape and this just to make it a lot more smoother and more pleasant to take out and stuff. And then also, this is really scratchy, so I'm going to cover up these center pieces with duct tape on these edges, and that should make the turning quality a whole lot better. So that's why I need duct tape. But the reason, if you don't know why I did the centers first before I do the edges, is because now I know exactly how much space I'm going to have in between the centers. Like how much space I'm going to have for the edge piece right here and then the corners potentially here. So that's why I did the centers first. I just got back from the store and I got some duct tape and I got some construction paper that I'm going to use for the stickers later on. So I found this pack of 50 sheets that's got red, orange, yellow, green, and blue in it. So then I'm just going to use regular cardstock paper for the white side. And I saw 50 sheets and there's 8, so there's going to be around like 5, 6 of each one. So I knew that I need 2 to 3 things. So then I got some black and silver duct tape. So you're probably wondering, why did I get a different color? Well, 1, silver was cheaper than black, and 2, I need some parts to be distinguished from others. So these things I'm gonna cover in duct tape, but I want them to be easy to see. So I'm gonna cover these in silver duct tape, and then I'm also gonna do this in silver duct tape to make it easier to see. So all the internals that you won't be able to see from the outside of the Rubik's Cube are going to be used gray duct tape, and then the outside is what's going to be black. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the edges in duct tape. So now I'm realizing that right here, as you can see, it's going to cover up this. So what I'm actually going to do is, if I realize that I'm not going to need duct tape at the top of this, so I can just do duct tape from here down, so this part's not going to have duct tape on it, except then I'll just go above it maybe a little bit. But that way this can slide on relatively easy still without having a lot more thickness in the way. So what now I'm going to do is I'm going to do this on the rest of the cube, and then I'm going to put duct tape along the sides, and that'll be the silver duct tape. And then I'm also going to cover all of these in silver duct tape after I finish making. So now that I finished cutting all of these, I'm going to take the silver duct tape for the core, and I'm now going to do this part, and I'm going to cover up these, and then I'm also going to do these. So I'll make a video on doing those part. So after this, I'll do all of them except leave one in for videotaping so you can see what I'm doing. So this is how you do the 3 components of the center. What you want to do is you want to get a strand of the duct tape. And you want to get it pretty long, but not super long. About like that. And then you cut it. And then you're going to place it down here, and you're going to take this piece, and you're going to put it at the very end. And then you're going to cut the strand so that you're left with a piece that's the same size as this edge right here. And then on the long edge, and then you put it about halfway, fold it. So now you're halfway done with that. Then you come and do the same thing on the other side. And then you fold it. So now we have this. And then we take the leftover and we put it on like so, and then we wrap it around the piece, and then you can kind of squeeze it, and that's how you make those. And then we're going to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way around first. So we're going to get a pretty long strand, definitely a lot longer than the last one. And cut it. And then what you want to do is find the one that's lower to the end, and you're going to line up the end of it with it. And then what we're going to do is going to go along the bottom like so. So that you have this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pinch each side in, and then you're going to get your box cutter, and you're going to have these little spots, and you're just going to make a cut straight down the middle, and then press in that corner, make a cut, and make a cut. This restricts later on deformities, like it being hard to use. And then if you have a little piece like this that's sticking out, what you can do is you can just kind of use your knife, kind of cut it a little bit, and then you can bring it over. But then that's very common, so we're going to get a small little piece. Like this, and we're just going to cover that up as tightly as possible so that you don't have any stickiness there. Then we're going to get a long strand and cut it, and then we're going to measure it by finding where the cut is right here and putting it as close to it but not covering it up, and then cutting it. And then you're going to fold it over to the other side, and then if you have a little extra you can just pinch it down. So you can do that for all the way around. And if you're left with a strand, if it's long enough, you might be able to use it on the top. So now what we're going to do is do this layer of the piece. So we're just going to put it halfway on the edge like that. And then we're going to get a kind of long strand, but not super long. And then you're just going to place it on about halfway down the middle. And then you're going to cut it. Then you can move this down. So now we have two. Take the strand, put it on there, cut it, fold it down, and then the last one, cut it, and then you can down, fold over excess edges if you have any, and that's how you do that piece. Now for the center, what we're going to do is we're going to go around this edge. We're not going to do anything with these, but we're going to do the long ones. I'm going to go here, and then we're going to go place it on. Bring it over like that. This duct tape helps with catching on the edges and corners in the future, so it makes the turning better of the cube. So now we have that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get a long strand, cut it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to cut a bunch of small pieces that are about this size, and you can just lay them on the edge. So Peyton fast forward through all the cutting of this. now that we have all of those cut, what we're going to do is you're going to take a piece, take the long side, and you're going to have it here, and you're going to place it, and then you're going to roll it over. And you can do that all the way around with all of the pieces. Like so. So now we have all three of those pieces, and I'm sorry, I forgot to leave one. As you can see, I just made a line there, and then at the very top, I just went around those edges, so that's all I did for these. And then now we can put it on so that it looks like that with the pieces in, like that. So that's how you do the duct tape. This took me a very, very long time, and do not rush this.